So I actually reached 10,000 miles today on my Mazda 3, and I just wanted to give you guys some of my opinions about the car, and just some things I've noticed along the way. It's a nice Honda Civic right there. Anyway, so first of all is the front end. It's been criticized actually quite a bit, but from some angles it looks kind of dorky and it's kind of really screwy. But if you look at it just straight on like this, I think it looks really nice. First of all, the whole thing kind of looks like a Peugeot, almost like a 407, or better yet, a 308 or RCZ. Just the way you have the grille there with the black plastic running across it, and then the logo in the middle, and the headlights kind of off to the side and wrapping around the car. Now, I like the turn signals. I don't know if you can see it very well in this lighting, but how they kind of wrap around the edge of the headlight there. You can see it on the other side. It just kind of outlines the whole thing. I don't know. I think it looks really nice. Also, the mirrors kind of remind me of a 2006 BMW 3 Series. So I like it. And then also these almost like fin kind of things were new for the 12, and once again I really like those. It really gives it a much sportier appearance. And you have these 16-inch alloys. They're much better looking than the 7-spoke alloys that came on the 10 and 11 models. This color is also new for 12. It's called Indigo Lights. Now, I did get the sedan. I really wanted the hatchback, but this is a very early 12 model, so the i Touring wasn't available in the hatchback yet, and it doesn't have the Skyactiv powertrain or the slightly upgraded interior. And you have a Ron Paul bumper sticker there in the window. Well, I kind of need to adjust it as it's sagging in the middle and flaps around in the wind when you have the back windows open. But I will be doing a full video on all the modifications I've made. There aren't many, but just a few unique little things. It has a polished exhaust tip, and I bought it from Sure Mazda over in Peoria, Illinois, and I just have not had a very good experience there. I've been getting it serviced where I work at the Ford dealership. And here's the key. And I just have a Union Jack keychain and a Mazda 3 keychain. So go ahead and get in. Now, with these seats, I'm not actually very impressed with them. At first I thought, yeah, these are pretty cool. They got lots of nice side bolstering and everything. The cloth here on the edge doesn't feel too bad, but I actually recently went on a nearly 2,000-mile road trip around like Gulf Shores and some places down there, and they're kind of hard in the middle, and the fabric is kind of rough and scratchy, and the backrest is very straight, so if you lean your head all the way back on the headrest, your neck starts to hurt after about like 2 hours. So I didn't quite like that. It almost needs to, it's almost like the top part of the backrest needs to be tilted forward a little bit more to make it a lot more comfortable, but I've noticed this in other cars since then, so it's not a huge deal. Also, this edge here just doesn't look very well finished. And you've got this weird fabric here that you have along the front and up in there, so not really a big fan of that. This is kind of flimsy here too, but no one will really ever notice. Now the Skyactiv models actually add a leather wrapped steering wheel, among other things on the interior, and I really wish I had that. Some of you may know I'm actually thinking about turning this in for a Honda Fit in a few months, and that's one thing the Fit Sport has, is a leather wrapped steering wheel. Now I have to say I love the way the car drives. It's very sporty. Now it's not quite as smooth as like a Ford Focus, and it's got a little bit more road noise, but it handles it quite a bit better, and it's, I don't know, it just seems to be more of a performance-oriented car. I wouldn't call it a sports car, but it's more performance oriented than some other cars in the class. My biggest regret about this though is probably the automatic transmission. It's a 5-speed, not too bad, but in automatic mode I just don't like it. It can be rough, and it's never in the right gear. It's always changing in and out of gears, and it just never seems to find the right one, and when it does, it immediately changes out of it. So we'll just go ahead and start it up here. Now I actually thought about changing this shift knob out for the leather wrapped one that comes on the S model. Like I said, it's leather wrapped, and then it has some silver plastic running down the middle, but they're kind of expensive, so I just left it for right now. I'll be doing another video on the interior quality, so I don't really want to talk about this too much. But I like how the dash is nice and padded, but some other areas just feel really cheap. Like, you can see this kind of flips around a little bit when you open and close it, and that is how I open and close it, just kind of flick it like that. And this whole thing here, if you push down hard on the armrest, it almost seems like the whole console and armrest just kind of bends and flexes out of the way. And you can see if you just drop it closed, it kind of does that. There's some other issues I have with it, but I'll focus on that a little bit more in the interior quality video. Now it has 10,044 miles already. Is that Civic? I like that. It's an 06 EX. I love those rims, and it looks pretty good in that taffeta white color. Really nice looking car. Anyway, the stereo, brilliant. It's a Bose system. It came with the optional moonroof too. It's part of a package. Sounds really nice, actually. And I love having a sunroof. My CRV didn't have that, and that's something I almost had to have on my next car. Now that it's getting cooler outside, actually nice weather, soon, you know, in a month or two, it'll probably be like 40, 50, 60 degrees. So really nice weather, and it'll be nice to drive with even just the visor open, if not the whole glass part. So that's really nice. I don't like to do it in the summertime because you know, it just lets a lot of heat in. Now, I have to say, I don't like the Dune cloth interior. I think it's kind of ugly. I don't like beige, and it's not a very nice shade of beige, but luckily most of it is black. And also on the seat fabric, it's, I don't know, I just can't get past how rough that is. I'm just used to Hondas that have a nice thick pile of carpet, or not carpet, cloth on there. Like I said, I love the way it drives, and the engine sounds pretty nice too. It's not too bad. I actually filmed this video earlier. I was just driving around town, and I filmed it at my workplace, and I didn't really like it, so I thought I'd refilm it. So if I don't like this, I'm just gonna upload it anyway. You can see the Bose logo there on the speakers. Now I want to compare this seat fabric to the stuff in this Honda over here. And now you can see this is a lot thicker pile, and it just looks a lot nicer quality. There on the edge isn't as nice, but you know, most of it is a lot better than what's here in the Mazda. This isn't very thick, and it's, I don't know. On the side it's not too terrible, but on the middle it's really, I don't like that at all. So we'll just kind of take a look in the trunk and under the hood and the back seat. Not much legroom, but I don't really care a whole lot, just because this rear seat's been used like twice. Also, I put in those LED dome lights. I do have a nighttime driving video that's coming up. Probably upload it after this. This kink here actually kind of reminds me of like a BMW sedan, like a 3 Series or something, just because that's a very signature BMW thing. But one thing that this has that the BMW doesn't is I like how it comes out and then it comes out again a little bit right here, and just this crease here kind of marks where it starts to go back the other direction. You can see that. It's kind of, yeah. Well, let's just look in the trunk here. Yes, I know you can see my license plates. I don't really care. Jack storage in here, and this is really flimsy. I know a lot of cars kind of cheap out in here, but I mean, this is just terrible. Got a spare tire in there. It's just a temporary one, and I have some fix-it flat. I do have a trunk liner though, not like Hyundais and stuff. Although it is really flimsy. You can see when I push on it there, it comes up right there. And I mean, I just kind of screwed it up there. There it is. Well, there it is. Got your trunk release right there too. I like these struts. They're not like just the typical sort of curved metal arms. They make the trunk look a lot nicer, but I would like it if they were painted silver, just to kind of add some contrast. Is that Civic? The fuel filler is on the passenger side. I don't really like that. It's sometimes difficult to gauge how far you're actually from the pump. I prefer the hatchback, but the sedan isn't bad. I think it looks sportier than the hatch, just because there's not as much back there to haul around. But I think the hatch is far more practical. Alright, let's take a quick look under the hood. Let's get rid of it. Let me turn the air conditioning off. Stupid commercials. Hate commercials. Also, I noticed with the stereo, it doesn't have a USB port. I know that sounds really minor, but it's kind of a pain to use the Bluetooth, and I don't like using the aux jack. But anyway, here's the engine. It vibrates somewhat at idle. I don't think the camera picks it up, also partially because it has image stabilization. But once you get going, it's pretty decent, and it sounds pretty good. You can hear kind of a variable valve timing switchover around 5,000. Not like a BSEC kind of thing, but it works, I guess. Just had the engine cover there. I'd like to see what it looks like with it off, but it's probably just boring looking thing. 4Ds is a very similar engine. Actually, the 2.5 that's in the Fusion is from the same range of engines as this one is. It's a 2-liter with 148 horsepower. And I actually drove a used one with a 5-speed manual, and it was pretty nice. That one had the rear spoiler, which looks much better than not having it. Really adds something to the look of the car. But let's do a quick rev, I guess. Doesn't look like anyone's here.